On today's episode of Watch Jericho, we are here in the shop with Gabe. And something that all of you grew up with, and there's one thing I know you've all wanted to do with it. We're going to do it today. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jericho. Like I said, I'm here with Gabe. And when you go to O'Reilly's, there's one thing you always find on the counter. And this is the Ruckus oil demonstrator. As kids and grown-ups, it's like the greatest fidget spinner in the world. I mean, when you were a little kid, you just sat there forever, both of them at the same time.
Dude, I do it now.
You still, yeah.
While I'm waiting on parts the whole time.
You gotta spin the thing, right? It's just addictive. It's in every store, and it's something you have to do. And I know, after I spun it like the first 2,000 times, I started thinking, I need to cut the cranks off and hook it up to some power. So it looks like what's going on in an engine. Today, thanks to O'Reilly's, we're gonna do just that. I actually emailed them and I said, you know that Ruckus thing on the counter, is there any way I could get one of those that we could cut up and do whatever we wanted with? And it took quite a few months for them to find one, but they were like, yeah, we got you. And this showed up at my house a few weeks later. So this is obviously unopened. I've never got to
Use mine. Fine.
Is that what you...
I mean, I'm just thinking.
This is, ooh, the product catalog. There you go.
And it comes with more fidget toys.
It does come with multiple fidget spinners.
I'm up. He sees me. I'm down.
What they don't give you is the oil stabilizer to put in it, and how could it be complete? With I know it's the wrong one. It says to put the oil stabilizer in. I have the Transfix.
Wait. You have part 10.
I do not have
001.
I don't have 001. This is the most commonly used. Anyway, we have a brand new one here with the brochures, which is cool. I haven't seen the brochures in forever.
Ever.
And now I'll let you guys play with it. You can demonstrate how this thing works and why we're all obsessed with it, and the technique for being as fast as possible, which is right there. And then it's... They're usually really worn out. These ones are not.
I mean, it's
worn out.
tight. That's what's crazy.
So there you go. You can see the Ruckus creating the very viscous oil that sticks to the gears and everything you want, right? Stiction. There's the regular oil. You can see the bottom gear where it's running in it, the crankcase. You can see this one where it's climbing up from the bottom gear all the way to top gear.
They really got that figured out.
This is about as fast as you can turn the thing with your finger. Nothing more you can do. That's as fast as she'll go. And we gotta shave off the crank here. We got the little death wheel. Always good to have.
I trust you.
Okay.
Not a lot, but I trust you.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Now we have a nicely cleaned up Ruckus oil side, and we can run it with a drill. All right, so we need to get this thing locked on. Can we see it from the back? We can, okay. Here's our first test. Oh no, it still wobbles. Why does it wobble? I don't know if we can overcome this wobble. We can try to grind it down a little more, but the shaft going into the gear is actually bent.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's not perfectly straight. If we shave a hair off the front of this, I think we can actually get it better to where it stops. So it turns out there's really not a lot to grab there. A lot less than we thought. I also don't know how we're gonna get it to chuck up on that collet, but let's go ahead and try the drill first and see if we're straighter now. All right,
It's better.
have we won? Yeah, look at that. So this is, all right, we'll start with 500. This is low speed. This is high speed. High speed's impressive, honestly. Kind of a funny observation. Gabe noticed that the top gears are no longer oiling now that we've spun it fast enough. It's slinging all the oil off on gear 2. So it comes out of the crankcase, which is very aerated now.
Yeah.
But that was the goal when we were kids, was to turn this into foam.
Yeah,
like,
you want to get it as
aerate the
fast as
oil.
you can.
Yeah.
Or at least try and get it to sling.
Exactly. So now here's low speed. Low
So
speed,
it comes up, and you'll get it up there on 4.
Tons of oil, yeah. And now we're going to spin it up to 1700, I think.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit
actually
up there now.
Yeah, there's a little film there.
Yeah.
It's actually still fine. But it seemed like we were seeing a lot less, so. What happened?
Yeah, there it is.
What was the difference? It works both ways.
Yes.
Now it's time to try 20,000 RPM. And I have a feeling each one of these sides will survive for about 4 seconds at 20K. It's just a risk we knew going into this we were gonna have to take. If I can get this off the collet. The real issue here is I don't know if we're gonna be able to first get the other attachment out, and second, even get this thing to chuck down on those tiny little, there it goes. The collet in this thing's pretty big, and I don't think it comes with any other size collets. So we are trying to get this thing to mount to, this thing turns 24,000 RPM, and that is the correct amount of RPM to turn the Lucas Oil stabilizer display at. I don't know where it says that, but it's the correct RPM.
It's got to be.
I came up with this idea a year ago, and I've dreamt of nothing else since.
Only a year ago? I think I've dreamt of doing this my entire life.
Well,
like
yeah,
every time you go in.
But that's when I decided we were doing it.
Ah,
we were like,
yeah,
full commit. Okay, we can't chuck down on the actual crank.
All right, so
I think we're gonna try to weld my 3M Rolock thing on.
this is gonna be great.
Whatever happens, it's only happening once, that's for sure.
Well, anything for science.
Anything for science. This does actually fit in this. Yeah, there's like lowest possible speed, 24,000. Insane.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yes, it's a danger machine.
I feel like we should have some ballistic glass.
We should. We should not be standing this close to this, but it was worth it. It was totally worth it. All right. We're firing up the hot glue gun.
My favorite kind.
It is the metal hot glue gun.
It is.
So our game plan now has changed significantly. There's no way to do this other than using this collet is what we've decided. So we're gonna weld 2 1/4-20 nuts. I almost thought about putting a spacer washer on there, or possibly 2.
Yeah, they're gonna be stuck though.
It's gonna create problems, I think.
Yeah.
So, and obviously we don't have a good ground, so our ground is gonna have to be the nut, because all of this is plastic.
It's
all
yours.
right, so then I'll have to hold this like this, and you give it a couple of good tacks, one good tack.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go to a second nut, stack that up on there because we don't have any thread, and we got extra.
Oh, we're gonna use those?
I figure I'm gonna keep the nice nut.
You want to keep that?
I don't know why.
I mean,
it's 1/4-20.
if we're gonna do that, then let's go ahead and stack these first, and then we'll tack there.
Could.
And then put it there, and then shoot straight in.
You think? You think that one little touch will hold? Because that's where we're iffy.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking that's probably gonna be the thing.
Again, one shot. It can never be redone. We don't have any more of these. Oh, we should also take the fire hazard out.
No. The whole thing's made of plastic. We're worried about the paper.
It'll never burn.
This is so great. All right, one thing I do want to do though, we can use these in space below just to keep that.
Oh, I see. Maybe. Nah.
Keep that balance.
Whatever. I can hold it off of it.
All right, so we gotta clean that first.
And the other thing that's fun about this is if it's not straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can forget it.
I guarantee we're getting one shot at running this thing at 20K.
It's
gonna break instantly. But I think I'm pretty close to level, don't you? like right there.
Can we set this on there and will that?
I think it'll weld no matter what.
Well, I mean, it will. Yeah, that's right. We're not worried about this.
We're not worried about this
It's
that
gonna
much.
break. Screw it.
Okay, you get the good one. Woo! I'm gonna close my eyes.
Safety squint.
Which gloves do you like more? Do you like?
I'm not gonna wear gloves.
Are you kidding?
No.
Weirdo.
I usually don't wear gloves.
I love my welding gloves.
No, okay, if I'm doing a lot, these are just tacks.
These are comfy.
Gas turned on?
It's on.
Okay.
Oh, I just turned it on. It might. There you go. Oh, cool. All right.
Okay, we got a little spot more. Okay, we're gonna let that rest for a second.
Think it's level? That's our hope.
Take it off and we'll see.
The oil seal on these is literally like a rubber O-ring.
Yeah, I mean, oil's
And-
already coming out on this.
Oh yeah, it was flying out as soon as we started spinning it. So it's probably gonna fail instantly.
Okay.
Oh man, you got some metal in there. Yeah! Gabe made spacers out of the pop can tabs here, and we're gonna be able to cut those off, and then we can slide them out, and then we can put another nut on after we clean that up a little bit, and then we can put our collet. It'll just screw in. It works.
Hey!
Look at that, you can even ratchet it. Look how fast we are now. The ratchet wrench driven Lucas oil.
Oh, snap.
So we're cutting off the pop can tab spacers. Luckily we have unlimited pop can tabs over there in the barrel.
Here's what you got.
Absolutely. Very removable.
Done. Look at that. Perfect.
Yeah, buddy. So now we're gonna just touch that with the grinder, clean it off, and then start on the second nut, and then feed in our drive system.
Yeah,
It seems like it's pretty straight.
it is. It's
Yeah.
just
Once
we hit that grinder,
yeah.
it's
I guess if we level this back off with the grinder, we can get the surface we need probably.
yeah.
So that'll be the trick. And also, while we're waiting on that to cool, let's do this side with the drill. This side's only gonna work once, but we gotta show it. Also, after this is done, we have our baseline. I think one is 500 RPM, and then we know that 2 is 1700 RPM. So that's where we've tested so far. We've tested human speed, which is, I don't know, probably, you might be able to maintain 100, maybe 150 RPM.
How many energy drinks is that?
Yeah, it's tough. At least one monster minimum. And then we've got,
I think a couple of rippets. You'll have it.
then we had this at 500, and then we had this at 1700, which is actually kind of screaming. And now only on the Lucas side, we might try both, but I think just on the Lucas side, we're gonna try the 20K. Obviously, we're doing a lot of work to get there, but I think it's all gonna work out.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Also, I cut this one shorter, so a little tricky. Little tricky here. All right, here's. Oh, that's a wobbly gear. Ooh. So that's 500, and now here is our 1700. Did you see? It's just like flinging all the oil everywhere.
Wow. Oh!
Yeah, the whole thing came. It all came apart. This is like a real engine failure. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh man, that oil is super aerated too.
Is it? Oh yeah, check that out.
Good.
We definitely have some very aerated oil. Well, if we glue this back in, we can hit it again.
I think we should. We should definitely do it and then throw it in with a 20K and see what it can do.
What could we pour in here for additional testing? We could just do a top hole and put whatever you want in there. Switching the grinder over to a flap disc, and Gabe's gonna just touch this up. It's aggressive. Wow, she's a monster. It's the biggest one they made, or did make. They might make a bigger one now.
I hope so.
I threw a flap disc on there so we can be gentle to this thing, and we're gonna stand back.
We're just gonna massage it in.
Now our second nut is lined up. You like our fabrication table here. We have weight on the vice grips to make sure it stays level, and the ground on the vice grips. So we should be good to go. Gabe's gonna tack the side of the nut. It turns out trying to make this thing into something that's remotely safe at 20,000 RPM is a huge task. We are just going over and over and over trying to level our welding surface here and not having a lot of luck.
I think the crank is actually
It is.
So.
The cranks are at angles because they're not fixtured in the back.
Right.
They're just like randomly in there. So the gear is what stabilizes this entire system. And it has like a plastic piece on the back that rubs on the plastic.
I seem to remember them having
On both sides?
On both sides,
maybe?
yeah.
Maybe?
But then again, I mean, I don't know.
What I know is
I
that
was- it's
not stabilized in the rear. And that's why this one broke into pieces.
Well, that's what happens when you get old.
Okay. We're trying to overcome all those issues because otherwise the second we turn on the high-speed die grinder, it's over. Yeah. So we're getting there. It's just taking a lot of time. Time to try it. All I can tell you after all of this work is it's probably gonna last for 3 seconds because it's incredibly hard to level nuts to a unthreaded shaft that's a little bit smaller than. Anyway, check out all the cool weld marks we got on there now too. This thing was on fuego. All right.
Once or twice.
Once or twice, we got a good fire going. So we are
the
now.
smoke's still coming out.
Yeah, it is still smoking. It's still smoking. Fire it up. 24,000 RPM. I think we have to go all the way. Yeah.
Just that one time, yeah.
Just one time. We get one shot at this. Literally one. That's a good call too. We need what we need is bomb suits. That's we need to move somewhere to the middle of the shop.
Vaya con Dios.
We should have got the other display from O'Reilly's too, JB Weld.
Yeah.
And just stuck it on there and it would have worked.
Yeah.
All right, here's the slow-mo camera. All right. Who's ready? Are you guys as excited as I am? Tell me what you think is going to happen in the comments below. The answer is a literal explosion. All right, let's start. I'm going to just barely turn it on 1, and then we're going to go straight to 4.
All right.
So here goes 1.
Hold on, wait. I'm in.
I'm just threading it in.
Okay.
Okay, here's... That's just a couple thousand RPM. All right, here goes 4. 20,000 RPM. You ready? Slow-mo rolling?
Let's do it.
Okay. Dude,
That is awesome.
it didn't break either. It turned 20,000.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, we have stuck oil to every single square inch of this thing. All right, one more time.
One more time.
This thing doesn't like to start up. You hear it like loading?
Yeah, it's like.
Okay, here we go. Here's a 10,000 or whatever. 10,000's pretty reasonable. Yeah. And then here's 24,000. I thought our weld was gonna fail. I was sure our weld was gonna break.
I've had all the faith in my welds.
Yeah, bushing is about gone.
Yeah,
in
no, the
front.
bushing's gone. You can see it inside.
Just like every Honda in a parking lot. Bouncing the limiter. Okay, this is amazing. Unbelievable. It turns this stuff into pudding. I wish we could do the normal one, but we don't have enough shaft to weld to.
Oh, we can do it.
No, I think we're out of luck. Well, mission accomplished. I hope I didn't blow the guts out of this thing. Milwaukee. What
I
a
love
champ.
science.
What a champ. It has real bearings. This is just literally an O-ring that we destroyed. Anyway, we've done the unthinkable. Doctor?
Doctor. For science.
For science. That's pretty much the thing I think every adult and every kid has ever wanted to do that's ever been to an auto parts store. Unbelievable. I'm pretty pumped that it all worked out. We probably spent a full hour trying to get those nuts to where they were, you know, level with each other, flat to each other, because there was no luck.
It's got a plastic bearing. So everything's just all catawampus.
It's a little wonky. Yeah. I mean, literally, this whole display is plastic welded together. So we did it. That's 24,000 RPM on the Lucas oil stabilizer display. More RPM than that ever sees in an engine for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, it was flying.
Except in the man van.
Except in the man van. Send those pistons straight to the moon.
That's right.
So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Huge thank you to O'Reilly's for giving us this thing, because I didn't know where else to get one other than a store. I was going to ask for an old one, and I'm glad we didn't, because it would have broke faster. Yeah, like this one, luckily we had, you know, nice tolerances and it all held up. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchgrgo.com for cool shirts just like this, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Dude, that was sweet. I am mind blown with our results of turning the Lucas oil into Jello at 24,000.
I can't wait till you see the back.
Is it sick?
Oh, it was amazing.
Look how much air's in there. And also I thought we were gonna break it after.
I thought everything was just gonna go.
I was like, well, we probably have about 10 seconds, you know, maximum, and really about 2 at 24,000. And it's fine.
You know, Mopar could probably take some tips from these guys who built this.
Yeah, for your van?
Not for my van.
Oh, okay.
No, for
in general.
Yeah,
I gotcha.